So in this video, I'm going to explain how to treat or rehab your wrists if you've already hurt your wrists with yoga. And by doing like maybe too many chaturangas, you're trying too many arm balancing postures, you've been practicing every day, you've been jumping around on your wrists, and they're just starting to freaking hurt. On top of that, you know, who knows, you got to use the computer, or even worst case scenario, you're also a massage therapist. Do you know anyone like that? So I do all of those things, and so I figured out over time how to maintain my wrists, and this is my protocol. So if I have a wrist pain, and wrist pain means it really hurts, like I can't ignore it, and you know, I first try to identify like what meridian is involved. But even if you don't know the meridians, I'm going to show you the points to stimulate, and then I'm going to show you a technique using a little tool. This is known as a pulsar spin tester, and you can also use a crystal. So the first set of points you need to know are the inner and the outer gate. And this is right, so here we've got the wrist crease. It's just down from that, just proximal from that large wrist bone, and there's a point right there. It's just right in between the radius and the ulna. And this is the outer gate, and the one on this side is the inner gate. So this is on the triple meridian, and this is on the pericardium meridian. So these are fire points, okay? And you want to work those points, inner and outer gate. And these are pretty much good for everything anyway, even if you don't have wrist pain. The outer gate is about outer stresses you're dealing with coming from the outer world, and the inner gate is about internal issues. Nobody has those, right? Internal emotional issues. But these points are also very useful to clear the wrist. So each day, or maybe, who knows, maybe it won't be each day, maybe you'll be able to clear this up really quickly, because when we're working with energy, things can happen quick, okay? So first of all, you have to be open to that. You have to be open to, my wrist hurts, boom. This is just an energy blockage. I can clear this up instantly. So first of all, you have to get your mind around that. And so here I am, I'm stimulating inner and outer gate on both of my wrists. I'm pretending as if I had wrist pain. Second set of points is right at the bracelets. So the bracelets are, it's just right on the lateral and medial aspect of the wrist, just as if you had a bracelet on and it went all the way down as far as you can go. This one on the pinky side, that's right on that line, right in the wrist crease, Shenmen, spirit gate. It's on the heart meridian. And then this one, I believe, is lung 9, right here below the thumb. And the easiest way to stimulate it is just to clasp like this and turn your hand, like you're turning around your bracelets. Okay? So that's the first step. Inner and outer gate, and then bracelets. And that in and of itself, we've already addressed now 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 6 meridians that are running through the wrists. So each wrist has 6 meridians running through it. Okay, the other one, let's see, we got pericardium, we got large intestine, and we've got triple warmer, lung, large intestine. We've got them all. Got them all. So the next thing we're going to do, and this is probably the most powerful part, and like I said, if you don't have a pulsar, I will link this below. You can use any crystal that is fairly clear, preferably a clear quartz, and that's to a point. So a point crystal that's used for emitting chi. And you can cleanse your crystal by immersing it in salt water. You can set it out in the sun or the moonlight if you like, but just immersing it into salt water or even baking soda for 24 hours will cleanse and clear your crystal. And then you're going to take your crystal and you're just going to trace, your meridians. So let's see if I can show. You're going to start at your finger, and you're going to work off the body you're going to come all the way up. And now I'm working toward the heart on the inside or the yin side of my arm. And I'm going to work away on the yang side of my arm. So it doesn't matter if you know the meridians or not. Just know that you're getting them when you go down to each finger. And then you can try flushing by going back and forth. Let's see. Back and forth. And mind you that the point of your crystal is not touching your skin. It's about 1/4 inch off from your skin. And I can feel it. If you're attuned to your pranic body, you'll be able to feel it. And then if you're feeling it in a certain, if you've identified which action, like if it's on the pinky side or the thumb side, if you can identify which that is, then you can favor that finger, just really stroking the meridian and clearing that finger, clearing that line. And then lastly, we're going to do a zigzag pattern that's right across the wrist. So again, I'm using this spin tester or a crystal, and I'm just going to zigzag in the chi field all across my wrist. And then I'm going to go in straight lines. We're just stroking. We're just stroking the chi field. And then again, zigzag. And then stroking. And that's all there is to it. You can do that in the morning when you get up. And I recommend that if you do have active wrist pain, that you lay off the chaturangas for a day or so. Okay? Just do a restorative practice, or work on your seats, work on your twists, work on anything except your hands down things. Maybe a dog is okay. But don't do anything that is bearing all your weight, because that is actually something that is cultivated over time, the capacity for your wrists to withstand that type of use. The other thing is we're all using computers. You've got your finger on the keyboard. Those are electromagnetic fields, and that can kind of mess with your own field. So look into some type of EMF protection, perhaps, and to take care of your wrists in that way. The other thing is that you could take some arnica, homeopathic arnica, and or apply some arnica gel. The last thing I'll mention is look into some Chinese, it's related to Qigong. It's called tendon neigong. That's Neigong. And these guys, they really know the body, and there's a whole practice, tendon neigong, and it's a part of kung fu, that these martial artists, because they're actually fighting, and so they're using their wrists, and they do this cultivation, and it enables them to take tremendous amounts of strain on their wrist and on their body. So there's a whole school of, it's a whole rabbit hole in and of itself, is tendon neigong. But if you are having wrist problems with your yoga practice, it's worth looking into, even to learn a couple other basic exercises. I'm just going to show you right here. Things like stretching, cultivating your tendons. The whole point of tendon neigong is the energy of the tendons can be cultivated over time. So that cultivation is what enables you to do these things that normal humans can't do. So I hope that's helpful. Please contact or comment if you have any questions. Thank you so much. Namaste.